Have you ever listened to a native English speaker and thought, I understand almost every word, but somehow their English still sounds much more natural than mine? Maybe you know the big words. You know words like important, difficult, beautiful, interesting. But native speakers often sound natural because of something much smaller. Tiny words. Words like just, still, already, yet, even. These words are short, sometimes only 4 or 5 letters. Many English learners ignore them, but native speakers use them almost every day. My name is Emma, and this is Train Your English Brain. Today, I want to tell you about a student named Ethan. Ethan had an excellent vocabulary. He knew thousands of English words. He understood grammar. He could read articles without much difficulty. But when he spoke, something sounded different. His English was correct, but it didn't sound natural. One afternoon, we had a simple conversation. I asked, "Have you finished your homework?" He answered, "Yes, I finished." A native speaker would probably say, "Yes, I've already finished." The meaning is almost the same, but the feeling is different. One small word, already, makes the sentence sound much more natural. Ethan looked surprised. I never thought that one word mattered. It does, very much. Think about cooking. Imagine making your favorite soup. You have vegetables, meat, water. Everything important is there. Now imagine forgetting the salt. The soup is still food, but something feels missing. Small English words are often like salt. They're tiny, but they change the whole flavor. So we started paying attention to them, not all at once, just one word each day. The first word was just. Many learners think just only means only. Sometimes it does, but listen to these sentences. I just called you. I just arrived. I just wanted to ask something. That little word makes the sentence softer, more natural, friendlier. The next day, we talked about still. I still live here. I'm still learning English. It's still raining. Without still, the sentence works, but with it, the listener understands that something continues. One tiny word, a much clearer picture. Then came already. I've already eaten. She's already gone. We already know. Instead of explaining time with a long sentence, one word does the job. After that, we learned yet. I haven't finished yet. Are you ready yet? They haven't arrived yet. Notice something interesting. Already often talks about something that happened sooner than expected. Yet often talks about something that hasn't happened until now. They are small words, but they help listeners understand time immediately. Finally, we looked at the word even. I even remembered his birthday. She even helped me carry everything. It wasn't even expensive. That one word adds surprise. Without saying, "This is surprising," the listener already feels it. After 1 week, Ethan came back smiling. He said, "My sentences sound different." They did, not because he had learned difficult vocabulary, because he had started using the words native speakers use every day. Think about music. A beautiful song isn't made only from loud sounds. The quiet notes matter too. Sometimes the smallest note changes the entire melody. Language is very similar. The smallest words often carry the biggest feelings. Another mistake many learners make is skipping these words while listening. They think, it's only just, it's only still, it's probably not important, so the brain stops noticing them. Eventually, the learner understands the main idea but misses the natural rhythm of English. I gave Ethan another exercise. While listening to podcasts, he wasn't allowed to write down big vocabulary. Instead, he only listened for small words. Every time he heard just, still, already, yet,
even, he paused the audio. He repeated the sentence, then he asked, "Why did the speaker choose this word?" That question changed everything. Instead of memorizing rules, he began noticing patterns. He noticed that native speakers didn't use these words randomly. They used them because each one added a small piece of meaning, a little surprise, a little politeness, a little emotion, a little sense of time. Those tiny details make English feel alive. One afternoon, Ethan told me about something funny. He was watching a television show. Before, he never noticed the word just. Now, he heard it everywhere. "I just remembered. I just need a minute. I just wanted to say thank you." He laughed. "It's like buying a red car. You suddenly see red cars everywhere." Exactly. Your brain notices what it has learned to look for. That's one reason progress sometimes feels sudden. The words were always there. Now your brain finally recognizes them. Months later, someone new joined our English class. After the lesson, the new student asked Ethan, "How do you sound so natural?" Ethan smiled. "I stopped chasing big words. I started paying attention to the little ones." That may be one of the best pieces of advice any English learner can hear. Many people believe fluency comes from learning more advanced vocabulary. Sometimes it does, but very often fluency comes from mastering ordinary words, words that appear in almost every conversation. Words so common that native speakers hardly notice them, but learners often skip them completely. So here is your challenge for today. Choose only 5 words: just, still, already, yet, even. Don't study their dictionary definitions for an hour. Instead, listen for them, read them, notice them in conversations. Write one sentence with each word, then say those sentences out loud. Tomorrow, see how many times you notice those same 5 words again. I think you'll be surprised. Remember, big words may impress people, but small words make you sound natural. And sometimes the smallest words create the biggest change in your English. My name is Emma, and I will see you in the next episode.